Mizoram is a storehouse of natural beauty with its endless varieties of landscape, hilly terrains, meandering streams, deep gorges, and a rich wealth of flora and fauna. With limited manpower and inadequate infrastructure facilities, much of the resources and potentials of the state has remained untapped. However, in the recent years, the young state is emerging as one of the most improved states in economy in India. The Economic Survey of India 2019 to 2020 has identified Mizoram alongside 6 other states and the only one in the northeastern region as having the highest overall entrepreneurial activity. Mizoram also secured one of the top 2 rankings as Emerging Startup Ecosystem in the State Startup Ranking 2019. According to a recent study conducted by Mizoram University Incubation Center and Entrepreneurship Development Center Mizoram, based on General Enterprising Tendency Test, it was observed that there was a moderate to high enterprising tendency among the youth in Mizoram. Mizoram also occupies an important strategic position, having a long international border of 722 kilometers with Bangladesh flanking the state on the west and Myanmar on the east and south. Land Customs Station has been constructed at Zokotha for trade with Myanmar was inaugurated on 25th March 2015 by the then Union Minister of Commerce and Industries, Sri Nirmala Sitharaman. In addition to this, integrated checkpost is being established at Zorinpui Zotatwa to facilitate the Kaladan multimodal transport project, which envisages to link the northeast states of India with Sidbi port in Myanmar and will provide the much-needed access to the seas for the landlocked northeastern states of India. It is expected through this access to the Southeast Asian countries that import could be made at a cheaper rate as distance and cost will be drastically decreased. Klong River, also known as Dhalaswari, was declared as National Waterway 102 by the Ministry of Shipping, Government of India, and the development of Klong River will serve as an interstate trade between Mizoram and Assam. The State Transport Department has also taken up the development of River Kotlang Tuipui from Bangladesh border to the confluence of Tuithong River near Tuithong village. The river itself is a border between India and Bangladesh for about 100 kilometers and can be developed as an important trade route between India and Bangladesh. To promote trade between India and Bangladesh from the border areas of Mizoram, Trade Facilitation Center was set up at Tlabung. Land has been acquired for development integrated checkpost at Korpuitwa near Tlabung. The government of Bangladesh has also been requested to reactivate LCS at Tagamug, which has remained dormant for many years in order to restart trade with Mizoram. The potential for further economic growth lies in the agriculture and horticulture sector, food processing, ecotourism and adventure sports, and hydroelectric power generation. Ginger is one of the most important cash crop cultivated, especially in Jumland across the state. Thiengpui and Thienglaidum are one of the major ginger varieties. And during 2019 to 2020, 60,130 metric tons of ginger has been harvested, and majority of the produce are exported outside the state. Recently, the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has awarded the geographical indication tag to the Mizo ginger varieties Thiengpui and Thienglaidum. This indicates that the ginger of Mizoram are indeed unique in their quality and contents. Their gingerol and volatile oil contents are high, and these are the qualities which are highly valued in the market for processing and other medicinal uses. The local Zo chili, also known as the bird's eye chili, with its distinct taste and unique flavor, has been declared as a variety exclusive only to the geographical region of Mizoram in the year 2012. Farmers cultivating Zo chili have made good financial returns from its cultivation. The production of dried chilies during 2019 to 2020 was 10,918 metric tons, and about 80% are exported outside Mizoram. Mizoram has an estimated 4,000 hectares covered by turmeric and is largely grown in Mamit district. Rayek village is a well-known area for cultivation of turmeric, where Rayek local or RC1 or RT1 are grown in the predominant variant being Lakadong. Purely organic production and village-based small industries produces one of the finest turmeric powder, which is also available in the form of dry fingers or slices depending on the demand and scope for further processing. The percentage content of curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric produced in Mizoram, is 4.5 to 5.5%, which is why the production is relatively attractive for various purposes. Chow chow squash is a boon crop for Mizoram and has potential for improving the socio-economic status of the state. The product is mainly marketed to Assam state and exported to Bangladesh and Myanmar. Mizoram annually produces huge quantity of hardgora, which is found to be in great demand especially by Bangladesh. Production can be further increased if there is demand outside Mizoram. Grape is a crop introduced through area expansion scheme implemented by Horticulture Department, which thrives very well in eastern part of Mizoram. It has been one of the main sources of income for many farmers. Wineries are successfully established at Champhai and Nalian district, and red wine and sacramental wine have become the main exports from the region. To meet the demand of market, both domestic and outside state, cluster expansion of dragon fruit cultivation has been carried out. During 2020 alone, dragon fruit farmers generated an income of more than Rs 300 lakhs approximately. Lungli district alone harvested 241.12 quintals during 2020 with gross income amount of Rs 60.28 lakhs. The income is expected to be much more since harvesting is still going on. Cultivation of passion fruit is ideal everywhere in Mizoram. It is mostly grown in the eastern part of Mizoram. The variety grown is Passiflora edulis, and the matured passion fruit in Mizoram is purple in color. It can be eaten without processing, or the juice can be extracted and concentrated. Based on the performance of the model bamboo plantation, more areas are earmarked to be covered during the coming year. For the development of model bamboo plantation, 116 numbers of beneficiaries at Langpui village and 97 numbers of beneficiaries at Munpui village were selected and given assistance for jungle clearance, clearing of debris, pit digging, farmhouse construction, wedding, cost of seeds for mixed cropping. Bamboo sector holds an important key for the development of Northeast in general and Mizoram in particular. It is no surprising that bamboo is one of the focus sectors identified by NITI Forum for Northeast. About 31% of the geographical area of Mizoram is covered by wild bamboo growth and is one of the leading producers of bamboo in the country, contributing to about 14% of the total production with a yield of 3.3 million tons per year. In order to fully exploit this potential, the Government of Mizoram is seeking investment in bamboo extraction road that will link the major roads of the state with the bamboo growing areas. The increased production of raw bamboo that would come about with better connectivity would have a knock-on effect on the rest of the value chain in the bamboo sector. Oil palm is cultivated in 7 districts of Mizoram with an area of 26,679 hectares. The average production came to 37,272.82 metric tons. Currently, the partner companies in marketing of oil palm are Godrej Agrovet Private Limited, 3F Oil Palm Agrovet Private Limited, and Ruchi Soya Industries Limited. The product fresh fruit bunch is being marketed within the state with a highly demand in Bangladesh and Myanmar. Mizoram is a significant producer of anthurium in the region. At present, more than 250 farmers are cultivating over 50 varieties of anthurium within the state, which has led the state to become the leading producer in the country. Due to high demand in the local market, about 2/3 of the cut flowers are being sold locally, while 1/3 of the produce are exported. Flowers like rose, anthurium, lilium, chrysanthemum, carnation, gerbera, gladiolus, gypsophila, leatherleaf fern, orchids are grown and the flowers are sold locally as well as to the other Northeast states. A strong and effective food processing sector plays a significant supportive role in the state. The total production of fruits, vegetables, and spices have increased over the years, with the increasing number of farmers weaning away from June cultivation and are taking up diversification into cash crops. What the state needs today is the technical know-how for processing and export. There are opportunities in developing bamboo crafts and ready-made garments made out of specially designed local handloom clothes which can be exported for marketing outside India. By providing necessary inputs, credit, design and market facilities, the potential of the handloom and handicraft industry can be creatively tapped. Muga sericulture is purely and environmentally friendly cultural practices. Mizoram is congenial for muga rearing throughout the year and naturally grown swarm and swallow flora are available in all the districts besides the wild muga in the forest. Muga potential is corroborated by a survey report of Mizoram Remote Sensing Application Center and Northeastern Space Application Center. Thus, Mughal culture has a scope in Mizoram state to bring a change in rural economy as a sustainable technological intervention. Mizoram has hydroelectric power potential of about 4,500 megawatt, which is sufficient not only to meet the local requirement for domestic and industrial uses, but leaves surplus for marketing outside. The State Power and Electricity Department has taken an initiative for 3 hydroelectric power projects, which are currently under DPR stage. Tuirini River is a tributary of the river Tuirial, which in turn merges with the Barak River in Assam. The proposed Tuirini small hydropower project will generate 24 megawatt of electricity, and the annual generation is expected to be 50.23 gigawatt hours. Tuivai River is a tributary of the Barak River, into which it flows at Sipuikon, Tipaimuk. The proposed Tuivai hydroelectric power project will generate 210 megawatt of electricity, and the annual generation is expected to be 538.74 gigawatt hours. The Kaladan River, also called the Timtuipui River, is a river in the eastern Mizoram and Inchin State and the Rakhine State of western Myanmar. The proposed Kaladine hydroelectric project stage 2 will generate 460 megawatt of electricity, and the annual generation is expected to be 1,854.60 gigawatt hours.
Mystical Mizoram, a paradise for everyone. A destination of delight, Mizoram is a mountainous state nestling in the southern tip of the northeastern region of India. It has a naturally air-conditioned climate throughout the year, neither too cold in winter nor too hot in summer. Thus, Mizoram is an all-year-round destination. Mizoram is also the center of the world's richest biodiversity hotspot, with rich and rare varieties of flora and fauna. There is a paradigm shift in the tourism market, and a new tourism trend is emerging, which emphasizes on the environmental and social sustainability. Mizoram has abundance of attractions for this new and growing breed of tourists who are interested in nature, culture, adventure, and wellness. The state government has introduced responsible tourism initiatives, stressing on the facets of sustainability and responsibility in tourism development. Efforts are also being taken to promote niche products like golf tourism and wellness tourism at Tenzol, adventure tourism at Rayek, Muthi, Huifang, aerosports at Tuirial, and Sertship. The state government is also planning to diversify markets and introduce products like mice tourism and voluntourism in the coming years. To make the most of the tourism potentials of the state, investment in tourism sector is crucial to develop new products and improve the existing ones. Resources are also required to expand the capacity of tourism industry and increase awareness about destination Mizoram. The state government is seeking investment in these tourism projects. Tourist resort cum cultural center at Aizawl. A beautiful hill city, Aizawl, the capital of Mizoram, is situated at about 1,132 meters above sea level. This picturesque and peaceful city also commands view of exotic landscape of verdant hills stretching away to the horizon. Aizawl is an ideal destination for people looking for fresh environment and a feel of the nature. The project envisages creating an integrated tourist destination, providing unique and wholesome experience for every visitor. Key components of the project are Heritage Village, Cultural Museum, Handloom and Handicraft Emporium, Food Court, Adventure Sports, Entertainment Facilities, Accommodation Units, Wellness Center, etc. Development of 5-star hotels in Aizawl. Aizawl is also the entry and exit point of all visits to the state. It is the administrative center as well as the commercial and cultural center of Mizoram. The tourism department is also calling for investment for development of a 5-star hotel in Aizawl to attract more tourists to the state. Development of ecotourism circuit at Berotlang, Huifang, Tenzol, and Buangpui. The project aims at an integrated development of tourist infrastructure at potential destinations and establishes new tourist destinations within Mizoram. Surrounded by lush green hills, Berotlang is situated in the outskirts of Aizawl city. The tourism department runs a tourist complex here which could be upgraded and developed into an eco-resort complex with state-of-the-art amenities. Located at a distance of 50 kilometers to the south of Aizawl, Huifang Mountain with an elevation of 1,619 meters is still covered with virgin forest. The patches of grassland on the peak are ideal for picnics and outdoor camping. Huifang Tourist Resort, operated by the tourism department, offers a comfortable stay here. It is proposed to upgrade the tourist resort and develop skywalk and other ecotourism activities at Muifang Klang to enhance its appeal and attractions. Tenzol is about 3 hours drive from Aizawl and is famous for its handloom industry. At Tenzol, the tourism department has developed state-of-the-art golf resort known as Tenzol Golf Resort. The tourism department invites investment to develop other attractions at Tenzol, which includes Vantong Falls, Vaibiak, Bengkwayathan, Tsongtili Cave, Tualvungithan, and develop a helipad at Tenzol for easy and comfortable access of these attractions. Buangpui is a small village adjacent to Tenzol where the famous Turihiao Falls is located. Proper infrastructure development near the waterfront like cafeteria, suspension cable footbridge, and other facilities are proposed here to enhance its attractions. Responsible tourism initiatives at Kamrang and Ailong. In pursuant to the Mizoram Responsible Tourism Policy 2020, the Tourism Department has adopted 2 villages, Kamrang and Ailong, to kickstart responsible tourism initiatives in the state. Investment in ecotourism activities like camping site, eco park, suspension footbridge, homestays and farm stays at these villages are also sought. Today, Mizoram is the most peaceful state in the entire country. It is an idyllic land where life is celebrated with dances and songs. The hills will always be alive with the sound of music. Mystical.